Dolly here. Welcome back to Gypsy Rose Papery. Today I'm going to do a flip through of my Haunted Mansion journal. So I won't talk too much. I'm just going to quickly describe the cover. And so it is 8.5 by 5.5. And it is a soft cover. And I've put some batting underneath, so that's why it's got like that quilted look all around. And it's got 2 lace pockets, and the closure is sari silk that is sewn on just for support because the key here is very heavy. I did a little bit of like embroidery detail there. This is a little Martha Stewart sticker that I got last year, and it does like that holographic skeleton, which I thought was pretty cool. And then here I have a plate from Tim Holtz that says Foolish Mortals. A lot of the supplies in here are from A Papered Soul, so like the eyelash trims and the plain cards that I stamped on are all from her shop, so definitely go give her a visit. I will link her down below. But here we have a little tag, and then let me undo this so that way you guys can see. Here I did a Halloween version of a Hermelinda tag, so it's a coffin and it opens up, and that way you can put a picture or something in there, and everything is distressed with purple. This one just slightly, but I wanted to give it kind of like that ghostly effect, and in the movie when the ghosts move they leave like a trail of purple fog behind them, so I thought that was cool. And then profile view is all these textiles, all different kinds. It is a little chunky. It is a total of 80 pages front and back, and I'm not counting like bags or anything like that. And the charms are also holographic. So in the front, and this is to represent that big gate at the front, and this is an architecture, and I won't pull it off, but it's repositionable, so if you wanted to peel it off, stick a picture, and then kind of put it back down, you could do that. I wanted to get some real life people to kind of represent the characters in the movie, or at least like the historical characters. And so here this picture is to represent Elizabeth, which is the character in the movie that supposedly killed herself, but turns out she was murdered. And so she was the fiance of the master of the house. And I did some quotes from the movie on there. But I created this little book plate, and you could put it on there if you'd like, or if not, somewhere else in the book. This is from a Halloween paper pack I found at Tuesday Morning. And here I have a picture of a parlor because it reminded me of the parlor in the movie, and then the back is just plain with purple edges. I've got some tulle that I distressed. I used this beautiful Martha Stewart punch because it reminded me kind of like the flourishes in the house and on the wallpaper. This is an envelope that I sprayed some silver tattered angels on. A picture, but he is here to represent the master of the house. And in here I have an original page from a Sears catalog, and I chose it because it had the trumpets, and in one of the movie scenes where Eddie Murphy, after he sees the gypsy, he's got all these instruments kind of flying at him and chasing him down the hall. So you'll see a few of these in there, and these are really old. They are from 1900s, or 1900 rather. And it was from this catalog here, and it killed me to break into this, but the paper, even though the cover is in really good condition, the paper is sort of brittling up and getting sort of broken down, so I thought I'd start using it. And this is a stamp set by Recollections. They came out with Halloween stamps this year, and so here I used some coffee dyed lace to kind of signify her wedding dress, but I just really love how the edging kind of sticks out from underneath there. So here I have some green tulle, and I just dressed it the same as the black. And in here I have a quote from Madame Leota, and I have 2 tags here. One of them is an alteration tag that I just stamped on, put a little bit of trim, and these are from Papered Sole. And here is a tag tuck or floating pocket. You can kind of glue it wherever you want. I have some creepy cloth here and some neon green paper. Another stamp out. I think that is so pretty. It's so detailed. Those stamps, they're so pretty. And in the beginning of the movie, there was like a 3-card tarot spread, and one of the cards that they get is the lovers. And I thought it was cool because the other card they get is death. And so this kind of reminds me of the death card. But on here, we have a little magnetic paper clip. Oops. And it's also holographic. The ring disappears. And so that just gets sort of held there by the hand. Here we have some more of the architectures. And I'll peel this one off because it's just one layer so you guys can see it's repositionable. And this is one of my pictures that I took, and it's of a statue. The cemetery is in another state now, but when I was younger I frequented it quite often, and this is one of my favorite statues. So when I went back to visit, it's one of the first statues that I visited because I wanted to make sure I took a picture before I left. Here we have another little card, and this is a double tuck. And here I have a picture to represent Madame Leota. And so all of the pictures of people are actually printed on photo paper. And on here, it's a bag from the Papered Sole. And I don't know if you can tell, but it's embossed. And I have an embossing pen. And so I hand lettered and then embossed. Here we have a few more bits of ephemera. This is a funeral cart, and I got this from Pinterest, and it's actually the cart that was used in Abraham Lincoln's funeral. And in here we have some more little tags. So here we have a tag where you can tuck behind the lace, and you can tuck behind our fine fellow right there. I did some stenciling. This little key is a tuck underneath there. I had a book I found at a thrift a long time ago called The Haunted Mansion, and for the longest time I had no clue that it was from the movie The Haunted Mansion. And so I took a few pages out of that book, and this one just has a tuck spot with a little card. A little bit of lace, and the thunder is right on cue. Last 3 videos full of thunder. A phone. Another one of my personal pictures, and a lot of these pictures you'll see orbs because in the movie Elizabeth's ghost is an orb. You don't actually see her till the end. But I had to, these pictures were taken in full sun in the middle of the day, so I had to do like 15 different effects on the pictures to get them to look this creepy. Some more of that beautiful trim, stamping and stenciling. This is the middle of the signature, and it's a double flip out, and it's got pages from the book, and on this side it just has the beginning of one of the chapters. I just thought it was really creepy. And on this one, you've got kind of like ghosts floating about. And I left these open so you can write or gesso or put pictures. And on here, I put a little tuck spot. And here we have a arboretum. And this is embossed. In the back, I covered with coffee paper so you could write on it because it's black. I mean, you could still write on it if it was black. You would just need to use like a light colored gel pen. And this one has a little cameo. I have a little tuck under here. It's a double tuck. And here's another one. That's another personal picture that I took of a mausoleum, because in the movie he has to go to the mausoleum and find a key that's going to help him rescue his wife Sarah. Old-timey phone there. Another page from the book. A little key, and you can tuck under there like that. And in here we have another floating tag pocket, and this one has a lot of kind of weird sewing because my tension was off, but then I was like, I'm gonna throw it out, make a new one, but then I thought it was really cool how it's all kind of tattered and stuff, so I left it. And this one is also embossed and covered in coffee paper on the back. And here I hand lettered Find the Key with a little key. It's all embossed, and we have two tags, and we have a picture of one of the maids, because in the movie the maid and the coachman help Eddie Murphy kind of get out of the house and try to find the key. And here we have a picture of a grand parlor. And here's another page from that 1900 Sears catalog. But I didn't do anything with this because I figured you could use in here, you could use somewhere else. Especially if you're a journaler, like I love pages like that. Here is one of the spells that Madame Leota says in the movie. That stamp again, it's just gorgeous. Getting to the end here, creepy cloth. And here's another gorgeous picture. I just want to point out, in the movie the statues kind of come to life, and the face on this cherub is surreal. Like, his eyes look like they have lashes. And when I first took the picture I didn't really realize it, because it was copper, and so it's all green with like aging. But when I did the effects on it and kind of bumped up the contrast and the shadows and all that, you really can tell that face, the detail. Another spell from Madame Leota. She talks about enter the black crypt, that bears no name, or soon your fate will be the same. She's talking about that's where they'll find the key. And so here we have another one of those tarot cards, and it's a key, and on the back it's the same as the other tarot. More of that gorgeous lace. Another envelope, and here another personal picture, and this is the entrance to that cemetery. So beautiful. The Gothic architecture on that is gorgeous. And here we have an organ and violins. Some gorgeous lace. One of my favorite laces I got, I think at a thrift if I'm not mistaken. Some more tulle. Here we have a double tuck spot, and I put a postcard in here that you could send to somebody if you wanted to. And then here's a door knocker, because the door knockers on the door in the movie are huge. And there's another tuck spot here. And here's another personal picture of some old oaks, because the mausoleum is next to the great old oak. So that is it. And we have some more of that architectures in case you wanted to lift up and put a picture. So that is the end of this journal. I hope you guys enjoyed watching the flip through, and this will be for sale. I'll have it up on my Etsy, so if you're interested, go check it out. I'll leave the link down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!